Alright. Let me start streaming. Is this the right button? I think it is. I love that my mother is in the chat already, moderating. Let me see if the audio is working. Is it working? Oh, it's doubling. Hold on. Fixed it, right? I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? It was doubling for a second, but I think I fixed it. This is my first time on stream in my new setup. So I think I might have fixed it. Did I? Let me load the chat. Hey, everyone! Is the echo gone? Did I fix the echo? It's fixed? I fixed that quick. Sorry, can I get a round of applause? I fixed that really quick. What the fuck? I fixed that so quick. That's actually really impressive. It normally takes me a lot longer to fix these things. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Welcome to the first stream in Brighton. This is not going to be our setup forever. I'm currently live streaming to you from my living room because my PC broke today. Oh, clearly we're still having a little bit of difficulty. My PC broke. And I need to buy a new one. It broke in the move, which is really inconvenient. But we are it's freezing and stuff, but I'm trying my best. It goes in and out, but I think I may have it fixed. If it's really bad, I'll change over cameras, but I think it'll just be at the start while it's adjusting. Yeah, so my entire equipment broke in the move. And it had nothing to do with the actual move. It had everything to do with whenever I started unpacking things, I dropped a lot of my equipment on top of itself by accident, and I really fucked it up. So we're just gonna have to deal with that. Why do you move often? That's a great question. It's a great question. So I have to buy all new equipment for my setup. So we're going to fix it. We're going to be good as gold. But this computer that I'm currently streaming on is half broken, and it's at the end of its time. It's at the end of its time. So we're going to have to get a new computer. We're going to have to work on it. That's why we're streaming from our living room, because I have this isn't my permanent setup. But I promise I'm going to try buy a new computer tomorrow, and I'm going to hope and pray that everything is fine. So if there's any lag, any delay, my computer is broken, babe. We're trying our best. Thanks for following me back on Instagram. Well, thanks for commenting on the photo dump. I appreciate it. RIP Mucker Equipment. No, we're in the trenches right now. We're in the trenches. We're trying to recap. I moved my stuff from Manchester and it said, I want a break. I actually want a break. Okay, guys, there is so much happening online right now. This ain't Ireland. So yeah. Are we okay with how it looks? Do I think Kate is dead? I'm so over the Kate topic now. The royal family didn't even feed into the jokes, and I was like, boring. I would love to play The Sims again. Anyways, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm very excited to be on stream tonight. I'm gonna let everyone know that I'm currently live. Hi, Sage. Why did you already move again? Clearly, you're not a mucker that's up to speed. Oh. The royal family. Because we've been through this. Someone said, low-key, when aren't we in the trenches? And that's a very, very, very valid point. So, not everyone commenting, this ain't Ireland. Yeah, so this is my new little seat that I have. Kate is in Trisha's womb. I wouldn't put it past Trisha. Look how comfortable this chair is. Hold on. It's my new favorite thing. I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I love it so deeply. It is so much fun. I love it. I really do. I wonder if I'm going to turn... Hold on. Let me turn this up. Oh, not that. I'm just turning my camera up to see if maybe if I make myself brighter, will my camera lag less. But again, to people that are just joining, my equipment broke. We're just trying to go with the flow and fix it as we go. But anyway, I did see Swoop made a video on Kate today. I'm very excited to watch that, actually. Isn't that for outside? Yes, but we built it, well, my friends built it inside, and there's no way I'm getting this outside. There's no way I'm getting this outside. So we just have a swing set in my living room, and it is enormous. It is enormous. People are commenting that this chair would be everything for the balcony. I agree with you. However, it's been built and we underestimated how big it was. And Jake said, "Why are we in the kitchen?" Listen, this move has taken it out of me. This move is... You bitches wonder why I haven't been on YouTube the last like 4 days? This move has killed me. This move has killed me. Oh my God. Indoor, outdoor, doesn't matter. Yes, you see the vibe. Anyway, the problem is my friend came over like 2 nights ago and broke it. Like literally broke it. Like right here, this is supposed to be all attached and stuff. The little bastard broke the fucking strings on it. He wanted to try it out. He sat on it. Strings are now all broken. So we already have a casualty in the new swing set. Someone said, "Are we cooking dinner?" No. The girls are currently sleeping right in there. I actually have the crate door open, but the crate has a lot of their favorite teddies in it. And we just got back from a walk. Well, walk before I went shopping, and then we went on a walk before that. And they were out for a few hours. So I think Bonnie is definitely tired, and I think Dolly's just picking up on the vibe that Daddy's working. Everything is broken. What a move. Trust me, babe. It has been a long fucking 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it took to do this move. Let me tell you that. Anyways, so let's talk about this. So there is so much going on right now. Everything imploded on the internet while I took a couple days to move. Nickelodeon. We need to talk about it. We really, really, really need to talk about Nickelodeon, because what the actual fuck is going on? Well, a lot of us already knew about, we're going to dive into it, but a lot of us, you know, had already known about Dan Schneider being a creep. But I think this new TV show documentary has kind of highlighted it to a whole new level. So I definitely want to start with that. I want to start with that. And then I want to watch Dan Schneider's interview that he did trying to get himself out of everything. And then I also want to watch a couple things on Nickelodeon, because I want to get caught up myself. And then I want to get to this Gabby Hanna video that she posted about being 1 year sober, which congratulations, Gabby. So we're going to make our way through the Nickelodeon stuff first and foremost, because it's only right. It's only right. And Alexa, who is one of the main people speaking up and really the trailblazer of really speaking up for children in the industry, I've been a huge admirer of her for a very long time now. And she has been on Nickelodeon's ass for so long. And I'm so glad that the world is finally listening. And I also saw Gypsy Rose left social media. What the fuck has been happening ever since I've been gone? I really don't get, like, everything imploded on itself. Everything imploded on itself. So much has been fucking happening. So we will start with covering the Quiet on Set documentary TV show. Now, here's the problem. Who here is from the UK or Ireland or somewhere that is not America? Because, yes, I'm aware that there are other places in the world that are not America that aren't the UK and Ireland. But I have an Ireland flag. It's very hard for us to watch the documentary. And I'm struggling to find a copy of it that doesn't get immediately copyrighted. So that's something that I'm currently trying to figure out. However, I really wanted to get to this Vulture article that kind of talks about the documentary and what is involved in it. And we're going to go through it and talk about it. I think that this is one of the best articles about it. So we're going to do that. People are asking me to do conversations on Gypsy, like covering the fact that she left social media. I completely forgot about it, I'm going to be honest, until this moment. I can definitely do that. She left social media and was like, hey guys, this isn't for me. I'm gonna get in trouble. She was like, I'm gonna get in trouble. So she just left she just fucked off. She just left social media, which, I mean, it's probably for the best. It's probably for the best that she did that. I'm gonna be completely fucking transparent with you. All right, should we do it? Oh shit, I was supposed to let everyone know that I'm live. So yeah, again, I apologize for the laggy equipment. I fucked it up in the move. But yeah, let me let everyone know. Then we're gonna immediately start with this article. Article. Get your article. People are saying love that for her with the Gypsy Rose. I immediately just stopped like covering all of the Gypsy Rose things because I was like, oh, girl, it's intense. Also, oh my God. Okay, before we get into this, while I let everyone know, would you guys be able to do me a favor if you're in the chat right now? If you're able to do me a favor, can you put a tomato in the chat? I want to know if, because I really need everyone for something right now. In the meantime, I'm going to let everyone know, everyone frantically trying to find the tomato emoji right now. I'm going to let everyone know that we are officially live, laggy and all. I'm trying my best. All right, everyone, we live, about to discuss Nickelodeon. All right. Posted. Oh shit, I see the swarm of tomatoes. Okay. If you're in chat right now, okay, I've let everyone know, so we have about 2 minutes before we start. Let all the trips come in. One of my brothers, who I never really speak about, he's not the one that I went to Japan with, he's the other one. The other woman. He has launched an art page, and I've got a bunch of paintings from him. However, he doesn't know that I'm doing this, by the way. He's just set up the Instagram for it. I'm going to write it in chat, and I'm going to pin it. Please, oh my God, for the love of Christ, can we, like, wait, I'm trying to do this. If you're in chat right now, could you click I'm going to pin it, right? I'm going to pin the message. It's the Instagram. This is my brother's Instagram for his art account. He's literally just created it. Again, he doesn't know I'm doing this. And he has so much passion behind it that if you can click the pinned and follow him and give Brother Mucker some love. Again, he doesn't know that I'm doing this. I would appreciate it. I love supporting my brothers when they do things. And my brother has literally just started artwork. And I'm very excited that he has a hobby. That sounds so fucking mean. I'm so happy that he finally has something to do that's not his awful workplace. So if you're able to go over, thank you to the 42 people who've already done it. I really appreciate it. Someone just wrote nah in the chat. You know what? Fair enough. Please go over and just hype him up a little bit. Give him a little bit of confidence if you can. Click the pinned. I'd appreciate it. I know that he would appreciate it. Again, he finally has some sort of like passion in art, and I just want to uplift it. So anyway, thank you so much to everyone that is going over there. 100 followers. Thank you all so much. All right. So we're going to immediately start with this article. Which is the Vulture article. Can I move my camera over a little bit? There we go. On the documentary, the Nickelodeon one. He's now an instant influencer. James Charles just appears in like a robe at 6 a.m. in your hotel. Hi, sisters! People said I should refresh the page. Oh my God, thank you so much to everyone going over and following him. I appreciate it. Can we get it to 200? Dan Schneider is so fucking gross. Dan Schneider is so gross. I wish you would put the chat on the screen like you used to. Do you know how wrong that can go when I put a live chat on the screen? I don't know why I did it. Like, I don't know why I ever did that. Like, that is such a fucking risk. Like, I love y'all, but I don't trust y'all. Like, you know, I'm not doing that again. That's never happening again. I can't see that happening again. Anyway, are we able to get him to 200? Then we'll start. 20 more bitches. This is my brother's Instagram account for his new art page. Has he already done Instagram? Sorry, what the fuck's he posted about? I can't see the page. Motherfucker! Did he delete it? Rude bastard. Hi, Suha. I hope you're doing well. All right, okay. Let's begin. Has he hit 200? He has hit 200. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting my brother. Oh, there's 41 comments. That's almost more than I get. Where's this energy for me, you fuckers? Fuck you. Is he liking all the comments immediately? No, I was about to say, is he like on it already? Thank you so much to everyone following. I appreciate it. All right, let's begin with this Dan Schneider article. All right. Will you still love me when I'm nothing new? Fuck Dan Schneider, dude. Opening my drink, my beverage of choice. That was a good sign. That was a good sign. All right. All right. Now, let's begin. And I'm going to give the little thing at the start being like, guys, my equipment may freeze. I broke it when I moved. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Are you ready for our first video? It says while freezing. Listen, camera, if you're going to freeze, can you at least freeze in flattering parts of me? Like, okay, bitch, if you're going to freeze, can you like let me know so I can be like, like, you know, something like that? Or maybe like, let me know, you know what I mean? I want to know when it's going to freeze. Like, I'll be talking and I'll just go like, and then whenever I post, it doesn't fucking freeze. Watch, I'll scream and it'll fucking do it or something. You can't trust nobody these days. Can't trust none of these cameras these days. All right, first video, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I've loaded chat up. I can see all your comments. All right. First video, let's go with it. All right. Put my leg down so it looks like I'm wearing something nicer than sweatpants. See, bitch, I just posed and you're going to freeze on that? Fuck you. We need a Peter face when it freezes. What, like this? When he turns the camera off, he goes. It's literally, I always say that to him. Peter Mon goes, oh, my camera's about to die. Oi. All love to Peter. It's got to be so off guard. Yeah. Also, please like the stream, guys. Please like the stream. You know the way you like my brother's posts? Can you support this small business too? Oh my God. Yeah, locked the fuck in. Locked the fuck in. My goodness. Someone said I got ignored when you did the Finsta live. Bitch, I was so exhausted. I wasn't even looking at the camera. Okay. Hi, muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really, really, really well. Okay, I need to sort this camera. This is pissing me off. This bitch is pissing me off. I know I've broken it, but there should be a way that... Okay, is it because the resolution is so high? Maybe. Wait, because the resolution... hello? Revolution. Revolution. Okay, it's at 1920 by 180p. I just realized that it's probably way too strong for my camera. Wait, what's under 190? Wait, 1920. What's the one beneath that? What's the one beneath that? Because this is going to fix the lag, I think. I think I have my camera on too high a resolution, and it's like, whoop. What's underneath 1920 times by 1080? What's that? What's that one? Someone help me, quick. Quick, bitch. Is it 1080? Okay, 1080. Let me change it. 1080. Oh, bitch, let me change it. Oh, it's not going to let me, I don't think. Wait, can I change it? Oh, wait, I can. I wonder if this will be better now. Okay, I've like downgraded the... 720 would be crazy. Okay, and then video format, the FPS, should I like make that lower? Come on, my little technicians. Come on. Wait, this might have fixed it. Wait, if this has fixed it, bitch, we need to go into IT. I think I might have fixed it. I'm like moving to see if it'll freeze. I think I might have fixed it. Wait. Bitch. Wait, I think we fixed it. I'm like moving at the max capacity. We fixed it. We fixed it, motherfucker. Oh, we need to start a fucking IT business. Okay, I don't want to get too excited, but I think we fixed it. I'm so happy. Wait, I need to change it on this one too. Okay, I think I might have fixed it. Okay, wait. So this will be properties. Oh, wait. No, I want my camera property. Yeah, you can just see my screen right now. Hey, welcome. Okay, is it? Okay, 12. Okay, now I just need to pull this. Bitch, I think I fixed it. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm just in the best mood. Now I fixed it. Fuck. It might have taken us 20 minutes to fix all of my equipment, but you know what, bitch? We're here to just... The IT club. It's the IT club. I just need to fix the one last thing because it's too... Beyonce wasn't seen, and I needed Beyonce to see. Oh my God, guys, I actually fixed it. Now I'm in such a better mood. Yes. Yes. It's great news. Now we can begin. Oh, what an amazing day. Fabulous. This day cannot get any better. All right. First video. God, so amazing. Everyone type bussy. Bussy. All aboard the bussy train? Okay. Bussy for real. What are y'all getting at in the chat? Wait, why is everyone spamming bussy? I've lost control of my chat already. Someone said, did I miss something? Oh, it froze. Fuck. We were so close. Bussy? I didn't tell you to write it. I read someone's comment. Why is everyone... I don't know where this started. And sorry, if you're watching live right now, can you check the chat? And then can we quote the person earlier who was like, why do you not put the chat on screen anymore? I wonder why. All right. Clearly I've lost control of the chat room tonight. Okay, we might freeze again, but it might be just a little bit less, so fingers crossed. All right. Okay. Hi, muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Okay, so first and foremost, if my equipment is a little bit iffy, we're literally live streaming from my kitchen right now. A lot of my equipment broke in the move from Manchester to Brighton, so I'm currently having to replace everything. So we're currently on the broken equipment, like you just saw, right there. However, that's not going to stop me because there's so much happening online right now that I need to get to, including this article and this story that is happening with Nickelodeon. So I apologize for the equipment being very, very, very temperamental. It's just completely broken, to be quite frank. So I need to replace everything. But again, there's too much that I don't want to fall behind because I want to continue giving you updates, and I need to start getting them out to you right now. So let's get into it. First and foremost, shout out to Alexa Nicholas, a creator on this platform and child star who has been very, very, very vocal about the protection or lack of protection of children in Hollywood. And, you know, Alexa has been on Nickelodeon's ass for a very, very, very long time. And I have been a longtime supporter of her. She was very, very, very kind to me during the Colleen situation. And I have a lot of respect for her. I have a lot of respect for what she does. And when I saw this happening on social media, again, I've been very, very not on social media the past few days, just trying to get this damn move done. I saw that Nickelodeon was trending. And I saw that Alexa was posting a lot of tweets. And I saw a lot of people talking about Alexa. And whenever I dived into it, I saw that there was this documentary, which is called Quiet on Set. Now, I'm really struggling to get a copy of it because I'm not living in America. But I have been seeing different things here, there, and on social media clips. But obviously, I want to wait until I can see, you know, it in its entirety. And I know there's different episodes and on all these different things. However, this article has been sent to me a lot. It's been sent to me a lot. And it's from Vulture, and it basically details everything. So we're going to dive in. Now, if you are a long-term person who grew up on social media and grew up watching Nickelodeon, you're probably very aware of the fact that Dan Schneider is a creep. Like, it's been something for a very long time that Dan Schneider is a creepy man. Like, point blank period. We've been aware of this, and we've been aware of, like, different clips and different things. However, it's not really been exposed at this magnitude by everyone until now. Like, we have Drake Bell speaking up. We have a lot of people re-referencing Jeanette McCurdy's book, which I read, and it was an incredible book. There's not even words to describe the things that Jeanette detailed in that book. It was actually the first book I had read in a very long time, which goes to show how good it was. And I think there's something to be said as well about growing up watching Nickelodeon. And I don't mean to make this about, you know, I don't mean to make this topic broad. But one thing I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about is that there are victims here that were working with Dan Schneider. And he, you know, put these children in situations they shouldn't have been in and did all these things. And also, Dan Schneider has victimized a whole generation of children, maybe multiple generations of children who grew up watching Nickelodeon. Like, I grew up watching Nickelodeon. A lot of people in the chat right now, hair wet my eye. A lot of people in the chat right now have probably also watched Nickelodeon, and we were watching the content in which these children were, you know, being forced to act inappropriately or sexual jokes or something. And I mean, for me personally, I don't know about you, please let me know down below. When I think of Nickelodeon, I think of my childhood. I think of Victorious, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, iCarly. Like, these shows were incredible. And it's interesting because when you look back on them, there are very, very, very creepy undertones throughout all of them. And it's just shocking to think that, I mean, I think Victorious was one of the most sexual shows. Oh God, that little thing went in my eye. Wonder what that is. There's, you know, get this bastard out. Victorious was one of the most sexual shows ever. I'm actually gonna get a tissue to get this bitch out of my eye. Whew. Don't know what that is. I think an eyelash literally just went right into it. Let me get this out. But anyway, let me continue I'm gonna talk into the mic here while So, Victorious was overwhelmingly sexual. And I think it was very clear in the moment because Victorious was one of the last shows that I watched on Nickelodeon. The way that they sexualized the characters, specifically like Ariana Grande and Jade and, you know, Victoria Justice, it was just wildly inappropriate. And I mean, you know the little catchphrases that they say at the end of the episodes where, like, the Nickelodeon screen comes on? I mean, it's literally like the characters being like, it's hard, it's squirting, it's whatever. It is just so wildly inappropriate to look back on in the moment. But again, I remember that there were so many times while watching it that I even thought it was inappropriate. It's crazy. And I mean, I remember watching, someone wrote, where the fuck is Adam? Sorry, I was getting something out of my eye. There was also these videos on The Slap, specifically for Victorious. I don't mean to just focus on Victorious here. This happened in every single show where the characters would post their little vlogs. And the ones of Ariana Grande, where she literally is emulating giving a fucking blowjob or giving a hand job. And she was what, like 17 or 18 or something, maybe even 16 in those videos, and where she's upside down pouring water on herself. And obviously it's alluding to little different things. And I even remember in different Nickelodeon shows, I can't remember which one, but there were so many times that, like, things would just get squirted on, like, the young girls' faces or things like that. And oh my God, I remember as a child when I would watch iCarly, I'd be like, how many times do we have to see Miranda Cosgrove's feet? Like, and that was me as a child. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there are only so many times that you can show me Miranda Cosgrove's feet in one episode before me as a child is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it just was so, oh my God. And then you think of The Amanda Show, the Amanda Bynes completely done dirty by adults her entire life. And it really pisses me off now when people, by the way, sorry, we will read this. It pisses me off when people post pictures of Amanda Bynes now who looks very different and say, oh, she was so sexualized as a child that she's made herself ugly as an adult so that people don't want her. What the fuck is wrong with you, by the way? Like, I don't think people realize that that is not a compliment, or that's not like, you're not doing what you think you're doing by saying that Amanda Bynes has made herself ugly so that people don't want her because she was wanted as a child. That's not really the conspiracy theory you think it is. That's just a hurtful thing to fucking say. And I've seen so many hit tweets about it, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, you're dumb as shit. Yeah, there, like, people saying that there were contests in iCarly where viewers would send in pictures of their feet. Like, Dan Schneider has been known as a creep, but again, not at this magnitude. Not at this magnitude. Let's get into this article though. So this says, Quiet on Set shows the darkest side of kids' TV. Dan Schneider, the disgraced overlord of the Nickelodeon golden era, was first accused of misconduct in 2018 when Hollywood was reckoning with the abuse baked into the industry amid the Me Too movement. Behind the marquee sketch series All That and The Amanda Show, that was probably the first show that I ever watched on Nickelodeon. The Amanda Show, I would say. It was more so my brothers watched it, but I always watched it. Why is my friend calling me? Jasmine girl, oh, she's probably going to ask me to go to the club. Girl, I'm busy. We're at the office, Jasmine. We're at the office tonight. So yeah, The Amanda Show is one of the first ones I watched. Girl, we're at the office. 3 missed calls. Girl, I'm busy. Okay, my phone is going on Do Not Disturb, Jasmine. I love you. So yeah, The Amanda Show, together with sitcoms like Kenan and Kel, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, iCarly, Victorious. Now, I didn't watch Zoe 101 or Kenan and Kel, or All That, but I pretty much watched all the other ones. Those accusations are finally being addressed in the Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, a new 4-part docuseries on investigation discovery. After reports first emerged in 2018 about Schneider's alleged on-set anger issues and documented tendency to post pictures of the feet of young actresses he employed on Twitter, additional victims stepped forward. In 2022, former child stars, including iCarly's Jeanette McCurdy and Zoe 101's Alexa Nicholas, we know her well. We love her on this channel. We also love Jeanette McCurdy on this channel. Called out the sexualized scenes Schneider included in children's shows. Crew members, for their part, alleged gender discrimination and harassment, specifically recalling moments when Schneider asked them for massages in the middle of the workday. Okay. This series brings the damning allegations against Schneider into sharp relief, skewering Nickelodeon's entire kids' TV apparatus, which blinded itself to the abuse adult employees and young stars such as Drake Bell reportedly faced. Schneider denied allegations against him in the documentary. Though we cannot corroborate or, get rid of these allegations of behaviors from productions decades ago, Nickelodeon, as a matter of policy, investigates all formal complaints as part of the commitment to fostering a safe and sorry, that was a crazy way for it to pause on me. A safe and professional workplace is what they're claiming Nickelodeon is. Please. Is what they're claiming Nickelodeon is. Fuck off. Fuck off. It's just flat out bullshit. It's just flat out bullshit. He's such a fucking creep. Oh my God. Free of it's not done yet. Free of harassment or other kinds of inappropriate behavior, which is ironic because a lot of the inappropriate behavior we saw on TV. So it doesn't take the cleverest person in the entire world to know that if what we're being shown on TV is bad, we can only imagine what's happening behind the cameras. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Nickelodeon said in a statement to Vulture ahead of the premiere of the series. So they're already trying to damage control a little bit. I didn't even know Nickelodeon was still a fucking thing. My God. Our highest priorities are the well-being and interests of our employees, cast, and crew, and all the children. Yeah, because Dan Schneider loves children! Dipshit! And we've adopted numerous safeguards over the years to help ensure that we're living up to our high standards and expectations of our own audience. You have not set a high or standard. You have not set either of those. After the first 2 episodes airs, Schneider shared a statement on March 18th. Everything that happened on those shows, Dan ran, was carefully scrutinized by dozens of involved adults and approved by the network, a spokesperson for Schneider wrote, per The Hollywood Reporter. Okay, he was the one with all the power, so he was the one that approved everything. You're telling me that if Dan Schneider wanted to see Miranda Cosgrove's feet and the crew said no, that he wasn't going to still do it? He was the one that ran shit. He was the one that ran the shit. Had there been any scenes or outfits that were inappropriate in any way, they would have been flagged and blocked by the multi-layered scrutiny. Well, clearly not. Clearly not. It continued, remember, all stories, dialogue, costumes, and makeup were fully approved by network executives on 2 coasts. A standards, that just goes to show that the entire team were fucking children-loving, children-fetishizing people. Like, I don't think this is like what they think it's doing. This is just showing that so many people in the entertainment industry have no problem with sexualizing children. You're literally like, hey, it's not bad that we sexualize children because the other employees do as well. That's literally what this reads as. These people are so stupid. They don't have anything to say to like defend themselves. So they just immediately are like, but they sexualize the kids too. Okay. This isn't what you think it is. We're going to get to his interview. Don't you worry. All right. Okay, in addition, every day on set, there were always parents and caregivers and their friends watching filming and rehearsals. Well, then why are there so many clips of the actors in Victorious or iCarly, whatever, being recorded behind the scenes, being very visibly uncomfortable by Dan Schneider and like trying to pull away from him? There's like videos of Miranda Cosgrove on her birthday where Dan Schneider's like pulling her in for a fucking hug and she's trying to get away, or where Dan Schneider's trying to film when Ariana Grande's skirt is about to fucking go up and then Liz Gillies is pulling it down and being like, Dan, stop it. Like, there is evidence of this. There's evidence of all this. Okay, so Dan Schneider latched onto Amanda Bynes, who many of us are aware of, whose star turn on The Amanda Show helped launch his career. So again, Dan Schneider built his career, like we know, off of children. And what did he do to those children? Sexualize them. Because the more he sexualized the children, the more, I guess, profit he made. Or I don't fucking know. Like, we were just kids watching it. So, like, we were just kids watching it. So I don't know if that means that there were other people watching it for different purposes. Or maybe just creepy executives who just wanted to have a way to, like, legally do inappropriate things with children. I don't fucking know. Like, so Schneider earned his first created by credit for The Amanda Show. He specifically developed the series with Amanda Bynes in mind after casting the tween in All That and being stunned by her ability to do complicated character work and make people laugh. Oh, Amanda Bynes. When he tried to follow her into mainstream adult success with the Warner Brothers series What I Like About You, he reportedly facilitated Amanda Bynes running away from home and attempted emancipation. Wrong word. When she was trying to get away from her family. The documentary says, Amanda Bynes later withdrew the emancipation petition. Amanda Show director, Virgil, and Business Insider journalist Kate Taylor says his involvement in her life created a gulf between Amanda Bynes and her parents, which again, what do these groomers do? They try to, create something in between the victim and their parents. We're seeing it here with Amanda Bynes. He was trying to get in the way of Amanda Bynes and her parents. And yeah, there are so many rumors of the fact that the Victorious cast were drunk the entire time. I think Jeanette McCurdy's book said that. I think Jeanette McCurdy were like, the Victorious kids were way more ruthless than what we were. They were drunk every day, and the iCarly were the good kids and stuff. So, like, these kids were getting drunk on set as well, allegedly. And when you watch Victorious back, it's very clear that allegedly a lot of the characters are drunk, including Beck, who looks blackout in most fucking episodes. So yeah, it's been very much so heavily said that all of the actors in Victorious who were mostly underage, yeah, because they wouldn't have been 21, were either drunk or hungover during all of the filming. It's not right. So anyways, who continued to be her legal guardians, and then her conservators, her parents did, until March of 2022. Okay, so sketches on The Amanda Show and all that were inspired by sexual body parts and lewd acts, the writers allege. When Schneider first became... Thank you so much, Nev. That's very sweet. Thank you. I love the little kitty emoji too. Thank you. Thank you. When Schneider first became embroiled in allegations of staging, really weird sketches in 2018, the public immediately began rethinking moments where young actors were splashed with, random liquids in shows like Zoey 101 and Victorious. The documentary recalls a Zoey 101 scene in which the character, who was played by Jamie Lynn Spears, gets green goo squirted on her face. In a Business Insider investigation from 2022, Zoey 101 actor Alexa Nicholas, who we love, said that the scene made her uncomfortable, especially after a male co-worker said it looks like a CEM shot. A Victorious scene with Ariana Grande's character filming her web series could be read in a very similar way. A shot of her lying upside down while pouring water on her head recalls the camera work of porn, while another scene sees Ariana Grande squeezing a potato to try and milk it. The docuseries shows additional scenes from Victorious that have sexual innuendos, including jokes about being slapped with a sausage, shaking weights in an inappropriate manner. Like, I can picture these episodes when I'm reading this. And quips about being on an episode of the series The Wood. The documentary argues that these associations with lewd acts portrayed by children weren't accidental. They were part of the course, which obviously they were. They happen in every fucking show. Writers allege the name of The Amanda Show character, Penelope Taint, comes from, the slang term for, obviously what we're aware, the space between your dick and your anus. Schneider apparently asked the team to pretend that the word had nothing to do with the gross meaning, though. On all that, there was a reoccurring Pickle Boy bit in which actor and later convicted sex offender Brian Peck haunted the fictional set carrying the, vegetables and sometimes eating them that were really weirdly shaped, which made people very uncomfortable. The child actors find it weird, but shrugged it off as one of, Schneider's oddities. There's this weird element of, they were able to pull a fast one and get away with it because that's part of the joke. A cast member, Kyle Sullivan, who spent 4 years on All That, says, "Pickle Boy likes to hurt and tease pickles," was the tagline of the character. Very fucking weird. Child actors felt uncomfortable when made to wear sexualized costumes or perform fear factor dares. Leon Frierson, an All That cast member, described his discomfort with some of the show's content. He played reoccurring characters, Little Fetus and Captain Big Nose, roles that required him to wear very tight-fitted costumes. "What made me feel really uncomfortable was the leotards," he says. "I was just a growing boy trying to grow into my body, and I felt very exposed. Worse, he felt like the noses that were used on the shoulder pads for the superhero costume resembled a dick, which they literally looked like a dick and balls." And he was just a kid, and that was the full bed. "You can't help but think it looks like a penis on my shoulder," he says, before recalling another CEM joke when he was playing the character, and he was a kid as well. "Frankly, it was uncomfortable. In moments to myself, I was thinking, this is what we have to do to stay on these shows." Other All That cast members find the on-air dare segment to be particularly excruciating. Brian Hearn hated watching his fellow castmates performing fear factor like dares, which included sitting in a tub of worms or covering themselves in peanut butter for dogs to lick off. Okay. There was this weird dynamic where they were taking something that exists in adult context, like fear factor, and then transforming it for children, which is a completely different audience. Sullivan says, "When you do that, it's an inappropriate thing to do." There were also a lot of racist moments on set. Of course there were. Hearn's mother, Tracy, wondered why her black son appeared in a scene in which he sold Girl Scout cookies in the style of a crack dealer. That's a good one, Dan Schneider. On the streets. Dan had a nicer relationship with the white kids, Hearn says. My time on Nickelodeon played a big part in how I deal and still deal with racial issues. Tracy alleges that her complaints over the adult content of the show and treatment of the son was the reason why Hearn was not asked back for a season 9. So again, if these kids or their parents spoke out, they were not allowed back. I had no idea what I was saving my son from, and it was just a house of horrors. All right, Dan Schneider's behavior on set was described as disturbing and volatile. Talking heads in Quiet on Set alleged that Schneider ran a hierarchy, an overly demanding workplace. The set on all was just, it was dysfunctional on the show, all that. You could get away with more, like going overtime in ways that were, pushing the envelope. Beyond accusations that he was illegally overworking child actors, writers and editors say that Schneider could flip like a switch. Dan was volatile and could turn at any moment. Writer Christy says, I was scared, she adds. Working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship. Editor Karen described a moment where she keeled over from overwork and was rushed to the hospital. I could hear someone say, how is the show going to get finished? So basically, overworking all of everyone on top of this as well. Even the fact that most of these people are children. Whatever. Whatever. To the point where a writer sued the Amanda Show production company in 2000. Writers Stratton and Jenny were the only women in the Amanda Show season 1 writers room, which is very fucking weird. After considering that the main character is a young girl and it's just all older men choosing what happens to her. After being scouted in an online forum for the job, they say it turned into a traumatic and humiliating experience. Schneider, the show's creator and producer, agreed to hire the actors if they split the salary. So, keep this in mind. Dan Schneider has all of these men in this writer's room that are determining what happens to the young girl characters, and he hires 2 women. He scouts them out, and says that he'll hire both of them if they split the salary. For both, it was their first experience working full-time in Hollywood, so they agreed. While on the job, Stratton claims that Schneider was fun to work with initially until his mean jokes and gross requests rose to the fore. In one instance, Stratton was made to pitch an idea while pretending to be sodomized on the writer's room table. I think of that poor girl and what she had to go through, Stratton says. I would not do that today. Kilgan alleges that Schneider also forced her to watch pornography. What the fuck is going on at Nickelodeon? So Stratton was fired after season 1, and Kilgan was invited to come back on the condition that she take a 16-week contract and work the remaining 11 weeks of the season for free. What? Kilgan made it through the first 4 days of season 2 before quitting. There was no way I was going to be the only woman in that fucking world with him, she tells Quiet on Set. Kilgan sued Nickelodeon for gender discrimination shortly thereafter. Stratton wrote a letter in support of Kilgan to assist with the filing. In the documentary, we see an excerpt of the suit against Storybook Productions that shows Kilgan claimed Schneider denied her equal pay. The suit was then settled for an undisclosed amount, so we don't know how much it was, settled for. Okay. 2 All That employees, actor and dialogue coach Brian Peck and production assistant Jason Handy, were convicted for child abuse in the same year. Wow. Really the best environment, isn't it? We now have them all being fucking sent away to prison as well. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. In the documentary, MJ, the mother of child actor Brandy, recounts the abuse her daughter faced after guest starring on an episode of All That. Jason Handy, who was later convicted for child pornography in 2004, sent MJ's daughter's emails after she appeared on the show, eventually sending her an explicit image of himself. In response to the predation, MJ took her daughter out of the industry permanently. While investigating Handy, police find a notebook in which he described himself as a pedophile full blown, and the mementos to be collected from girls as young as 7 he was collecting. The same year, Peck, the actor responsible for the pickle joke, was found guilty of child. The Amanda Show and Drake and Josh star Drake Bell alleges that Peck subjected him to extensive and brutal abuse during the time that he was his dialogue coach. That began after Peck drove a wedge between Bell and his father Joe, who also functioned as Bell's manager and sensed Peck was dangerous, creating the environment to prey on the then 14-year-old. Joe says that he went to the production to say he didn't like Peck being around his son after seeing the dialogue coach being incredibly touchy with him. His concern went unanswered and he was, ostracized in the aftermath, Joe alleges. Eventually, Bell fired his father and lived with his mother in Orange County, Bell says. With Joe out of the picture, Peck took on the role of driving the actor to and from set, sometimes keeping the actor at his home overnight. I was just trapped, Bell remembers. So this is Drake Bell, as in Drake from Drake and Josh. I had no way out. When asked to describe the abuse, he says, "Why don't you think of the worst stuff someone can do to someone, and then that'll answer your question, and I don't know how else to fucking put it," which is just... My God, like... Okay. So Drake Bell recounts his surprise that Peck had the support of many in the industry during the trial. His entire side of the courtroom was full, he says. There were some recognizable faces in the courtroom. Many actors, including James Marston and Taran Killam, wrote letters in support of Peck during the trial. Like, what the fuck? Now that Drake Bell has disclosed his identity as the plaintiff in the 2004 case, we are dismayed and saddened to learn of the trauma that he had endured, and we condemn and support the strength required to come forward, Nickelodeon told Vulture, following Peck's conviction for a child and his 16-month sentence. He was hired to work on... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Following Peck's conviction for child and his 16-month sentence, he was then hired to work on Disney Channel's The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He got a conviction and a 6-month sentence, but then after that was hired back on Disney Channel. It's not Nickelodeon, but it goes to show, what the fuck's Disney Channel doing as well? What? Okay. So, Peck preyed on Drake Bell as a 14-year-old. And then, what age were Dylan and Cole Sprouse when they did The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Probably even younger. Very young. Probably even younger. Yeah, I could go on a full rant about how 16 months is not enough, but I just don't have that in me to do that. Like, for how much I want to go in on that, don't have it in me right now. Because you already know that I'm just going to scream down the fucking mic. Nickelodeon executives did not reach out to Bell after the abuse came to light. I'm not sure how many people knew, he says. The only person that I remember being there for me was Dan. Unfortunately, there was no therapy and I was left to my own devices, which at that age is probably not the best thing. In 2021, Bell pled guilty to attempted child endangerment and Whoa. It's a big word. It's a big word, almost too big for Adam. Is it just decimating? Why is it spelled like that? Decimating. I don't like how it's spelled. Anyway, so Bell pled guilty, Drake Bell pled guilty, and I knew this, to child endangerment and decimating. Is that really how that's said? Matter harmful to juveniles in connection to sending inappropriate messages to a teenage girl in 2017. He was put on probation and sentenced to 200 hours of community service. He says, I took responsibility for that. I did what was asked of me, but the media grabbed a hold of so much misinformation and it absolutely destroyed me. And he says, and I started to spin out of control. If I continued down that path, that would have been the end of my story. Now, here was the thing that I thought of when I saw everyone talking about this, was that I am someone who's very chronically online, and I'm someone I think I said it wrong. Well, we've moved past the word now, babes. Disseminating. I give up. Anyway, this is what I'm saying. So when I saw this come to the forefront, all I could think of, because I'm chronically online, is that quite a few years ago, Drake Bell himself was accused of inappropriate behavior with minors. So for me, it was a very complex thing to, talk about or, think about. And because, Drake Bell, who, is speaking up about things that were done to him when he was a kid, Drake Bell also pled guilty, right? Yes, to, being inappropriate with children too. And I'm not going to give you my opinion on that. So I didn't know how I was going to, I don't know my opinion on it. I think what was done to Drake Bell was awful, and I think what Drake Bell did was awful. I don't really know what else to say. It doesn't take away from what was done to him, but it's important to note that he's also done things to other people. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he did run away to Mexico and became a singer there and completely rebranded. I remember that. So, I don't know. All right. So, a year after Peck and Handy were convicted, Nickelodeon freelance employee Ezell Channel, was arrested for... What the fuck? Oh my God. So, another Nickelodeon employee, a year after the other two were convicted, was arrested for a child in the studio's parking lot. In the Nickelodeon studio parking lot. Channel managed to get a job on the kids' channel despite having prior convictions as a sex offender. The docuseries notes that Nickelodeon did expand its policy to do background checks on freelancers. Thank you, Nickelodeon. Great news, guys. Nickelodeon have now expanded their policy that they will do background checks. Thank you, Nickelodeon. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Great job. All right. Now, here's my thing. Let me come back into focus. Hey, there we go. Can I come back into focus? Meow. Nickelodeon's fucking disgusting. I think the industry that preys on children is disgusting. I think there's no healthy balance for children to be able to be worked by adults. And fuck Dan Schneider. Fuck Nickelodeon. Fuck Disney Channel. They're... And huge. I tweeted about this earlier. I know I'm a little bit delayed, but huge shout out to Alexa Nicholas, who has been persistent on calling Nickelodeon out and persistent for making, child actors' voices heard. And I have the utmost respect for her. And I'm very happy that she's being listened to on this scale. It's been a long time coming, and I have so much support and love for her. But anyway, that is the Quiet on Set overview. I know a lot of people aren't going to want to watch it because it's going to be very triggering. I know this article itself was very triggering. And it's just a lot. You know what I mean? To think of what you were then exposed to as a child if you were a child actor. And then if you watched the show, you know, what were you exposed to? What was normalized for you? It's this vicious cycle in the media of just not protecting children. So we'll leave it there. I appreciate you being here. And there's a little overview. All right. Hello, everyone. Oh, my God. Okay. Damn, I'm so sorry about my camera. I'm really sorry about my camera. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I really, really, really thought I fixed it. I really thought I fixed it. By the way, I also saw a lot of people commenting that they had to leave because it was very, very, very intense to watch. And let me tell you something. I fully get it. I do want to cover this. I think it's important to cover this. But I'm also very, very, very sympathetic to the fact that this is very, very, very heavy. And I do not expect everyone to stick around. And that's fine. I just want to let you know that we're going to do one more thing when it comes to Dan Schneider. We're going to watch his interview and his like whatever. I haven't watched it yet. But be gentle with yourself. And if this is too much, feel free to leave. Feel free to leave. If I can sort this fucking damn camera out, I would love to do other topics later because I don't want to piss people off if it's really bad. I might even downgrade it to fucking... No, I can't even downgrade it anymore. Match... Okay, wait. My FPS... If someone... Help me out here. What's an FPS I should put my camera out that might stop the lagging? Anyone know? Someone help me out here. Because I really would love to fix this. I would love to fix this. So, FPS, it's saying match output, but I can put it to anything. Which one do you think I should put it to that might change the lagging? It's focusing on Beyonce. Yeah, can you please? I saw that so much. You know what? Honestly, it's probably better to focus on her than me. Okay, people are saying 30. 30? I wonder if that worked. Okay, Beyonce, I might need to move you because you're really taking all the focus off me. I was wondering why it wasn't. Okay, main camera. Let me change it as well on here. 30. I hope that fixes it. Maybe. Okay, I was wondering why I was really wondering why I was going so out of focus. I kept doing this. Do you mind? Do you mind? See, I was wondering. I was really wondering. My mum wrote, as it should be. Please. All right, I need to do something about Beyonce in the background. Also, thank you so much to everyone that's following my brother. Before we watch the Dan Schneider thing, this is my brother's art page, by the way. There is currently over 1.5 thousand of you little bitches in this chat. I have pinned my brother's Instagram. It's his art page. My brother has started his new little business, his new little like art profile. Please go over and follow. Can we please get it to 500 followers? He doesn't know that I'm doing this. I just love supporting my brothers in their little hobbies. They've always supported me. If I can use my platform to support them. Before we get to the Dan Schneider thing, there's over 1.5 thousand of you little bitches here. 1.5. Can you go out of focus a second? Seriously. If we could please get it to 500 followers. He just set it up. And if I can just use my platform to uplift him and support him in any way. This is not the brother that does Twitch streams. This is my other brother that no one knows about. But he started something and I'm very proud of him. And I hope it goes well for him. So please go over and follow. I'd appreciate it. Can we get it to 500? All right, let me do something about Beyonce here because this is not working out in my favor. Okay. I feel like it's still going to focus on her. Now I'm covering her. Now I'm covering her. I might have successfully done this. We don't see her, but we get a little bit of, hey. A little bit of that. Do you stream every Thursday at certain times? Well, hopefully if my equipment fucking fixes itself, I'll be able to do every day again. Because we're finally back here. Hey. This ain't Ireland. Are we able to get him to 500? Mom, we're only 200 people away. We're only 200 people away. This is my brother's art account. Can we get him to 500? Also, he probably, because he doesn't know I'm doing this, he's probably very confused as to why his notifications are going off. Because he wouldn't even get this on his main Instagram account. No shade. No shade. No shade. Why is my friend calling me nonstop? Hey, are you good, mama? I hope she meant to do that by accident. All right. And then we're going to watch the Dan Schneider interview. The sink is in focus. There's no sink here. Where is the sink? All right. Let me just go grab something, and then we're going to start the interview. Okay. We're almost there. Can we get to 500? You little bitches. It's in the pinned. All right. Let me go grab something real quick. This ain't Texas. Woo! Checking on the dogs. They're still just fine sleeping. All right, let's get into it. This ain't Texas. Woo! Oh. Leo comes down. Followed on all 6 of my accounts. And I hope that you follow me on all 6 of your accounts. I just love knowing that his notifications are going crazy right now. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. My mom's going, please like the stream. My mom's going, Adam, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, Adam. This ain't Texas. Oh, wait, Jasmine just wrote, Mom, I'm good. I didn't mean to call you twice. Okay, girl. This is my brother who doesn't stream. This is my other brother who's like an artist. Not the bussy. Not the bussy comments. Wait, we might have fixed it with the FPS. I'm going to be so annoyed if it like doesn't freeze again. Well, I would love for it not to freeze, but like if I did that entire Nickelodeon thing and it was frozen the entire time, that'd be so fucking annoying. This ain't Texas. My mom hates the bussy comments. My mom just wrote in the chat, stop. Jasmine wrote, I just wanted to know if you're out tonight. I told you. I love her so much. She's my little clubbing bestie. She is so easy to read. Let me send her a little voice memo. I love you so much, and I love that I knew immediately that that's why you were calling me. I know that you and I don't know if you're working today. Does that mean you get off at midnight? I wasn't planning on going out tonight. If I'm being honest. However, let me know what you're doing. I think I would only be free after like 11:30 or something. I'm hanging out with my muckers right now. So I think I would be free in like an hour, or maybe over an hour or something like that. Let me know what you're thinking. Bye-bye. Oof, the thought of clubbing. Shiver me timbers. Oh wait, I genuinely think I might have. Okay, we're almost at 500. Almost at 500. My mom wrote, he will be going out. Guys, I don't need to club anymore. You know why? Because I don't need to go to the club. Because I have a crush. He wants some girl talk. He wants some girl talk. You're not getting it. What time is it there? It's currently 9:30. Okay, let's do the Dan Schneider thing. Roll it up. Let's get this bitch to 500, and then we'll start. Roll it up. Click the pinned and follow this bitch. Roll it up. I'm not gonna do girl talk. I can't do girl talk. I can't because I can't put things out there. But maybe I can't. No, because then it will come back and bite me in the ass. Kinsley said, have we lost girl talk privileges? You haven't lost girl talk privileges, but when something's going like good in my private life, I'm like, this is like, if I talk about it out loud, it will go wrong. It will go wrong. And I don't want this one to go wrong. Don't want this one to go wrong. Bonnie just farted. Dirty bitch. Anyways, okay. Only 40 more people to follow my brother, and then we're going to get to the Dan Schneider thing. This ain't Texas. Woo! Ain't no hold'em. Okay, my friend left me on Brad. Okay. That's fine. Anyways, you know that... God, the temptation to hold back girl talk is crazy. I'm born to overshare on the internet. Forced to keep my secrets inside. If this gets to 500, then I could just start. Then I'll be like, no, there's no time for girl talk. Let Bonnie fart. It's natural. When that bitch farts, that shit's not natural. That shit's not natural. That shit's not natural. Don't call Bonnie a bitch. Well, she is a little bitch. She's a little bitch. Okay. I'll tell you something. The guy that I told you a couple days ago, actually like maybe 2 weeks ago, that I'm so damn bad for. So damn bad for. Like, you don't get it. I've had a crush on this guy for years. It's like down bad. We've started hanging out. My mom's going la 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 la. I'm not saying anything bad. So anyway, I'm all giggly now. Wait until next week when something will go wrong, and then I'll come on here and I'll be like, guys, I'm in the worst mood ever. I would just love if my camera could stay in focus. I'm just dying so bad. My mom goes, don't let him know that, Adam. Mom, all of Brighton knows that. All of Brighton knows that. Okay. Almost there, and then we're going to get to the Dan Schneider. Are we done with Dan Schneider? We're going to watch one interview, and then we're going to be done with the Dan Schneider stuff. Jay said, he folded on Girl Talk. Hello said, me with that one boy for real. All right, let's get into it. I think he should be there. 5 more people. 5 more people to follow my brother, and then we'll get on. God, I'm the most amazing hype man, aren't I? Courtney said, you telling us anyway. Okay, 3 more. 2 more. 2 more. This ain't Texas. Woo. My mom said, check your text. Who in the chat is called Neb? Because for some reason, my mother has just texted me saying that she thinks that you would be a good moderator. Who is Neb? Oh, 500. Thank you, guys. My brother's going to be so happy that his phone is blowing up. This ain't Texas. Mom, who's Neb? I thought when my mom said check your text, I thought she was going to be like, stop talking about boys. I got so scared. Oh my God. Oh, it's you. Hello. My mother is vouching that she wants you to be a moderator. You would love to? Well, Sinead has spoken. I guess I'll add you as moderator. There you go. My mom seemed very passionate about adding you as a moderator. There you go. Hey, Nab. Welcome. All right. Let's get to the Dan Schneider thing. I wonder. Oh, I need to like. Oh, God, I freaked the fuck out when she said check your text. Fuck. Shit. I was like, oh no. Okay. I need to move my speaker so we can actually, unfortunately, hear Dan Schneider. Okay. Oh, I would love not to hear myself, actually. All right. Let's get to it. We like to drink with Sinead, because Sinead is our mate. La 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 la. See how good of a mood I'm in? This thing can change very quickly. All right. So Dan Schneider interview. I wonder if this is going to get copyrighted. I just realized I'm on stream. If I disappear, Dan Schneider has copyrighted me. There is a possibility that this stream could just... And if it does, just know that it was not you. I haven't frozen in a while. It's great. Just know that it's not you. Dan Schneider would have probably just struck down the stream. So just... No, whatever. Neb, don't worry. Oh my god, Mother was just vouching for you. So who knows? Mrs. Sinead will be in the chat being like, Okay. Is that T-Bone? Or Tebow? Yeah, it is. What the fuck? Let me figure.
Tebow on Nickelodeon's iCarly. I got a chance to watch The Quiet on Set.
Oh god, this is gonna be a mess, isn't it? All right, let's do it. Okay. Why is it not focusing on me? Hey. It loves to focus on me for like a minute. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Don't focus on me. All right. Hi, muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. We have another Dan Schneider update. Also, before I get into it, if my camera freezes or anything goes wrong with the equipment, I accidentally broke all of my equipment in the move from Manchester. So we're going to be replacing everything. So please be gentle with me, but I need to get to this Dan Schneider stuff because it's crazy. I just noticed that this interview has 70,000 dislikes to 7,000 likes. Now, I don't know how that there's 7,000 people that like this, but that is a crazy ratio. So we just dived into the Dan Schneider 4-part series, and we're going to get to this now. Seen a lot of people talking about this. Dan Schneider talks about Quiet on Set. So the documentary about Dan Schneider, we're going to get to right now. You know what I just realized will probably make me more in focus? If I turn off the lights behind me. That might work. Right? Maybe. Oh, now I'm just very overexposed, aren't I? Is this better or worse? Is this better? Hello? An angel has stumbled upon the stream. Oh my god, let's turn this brightness down a little bit. Anyways, so Dan Schneider has done an interview. He's trying to do like damage control. He's trying to do damage control like really bad. And it's really, really, really pathetic. But we're going to get to it and figure out what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know if I made my camera worse or better, but this feels more like a vibe. Okay, so let's get to it. Now, not only is this an interview from Dan Schneider, it is Tebow from iCarly is interviewing him. Very weird. Like, we have people from Nickelodeon speaking out about Dan Schneider, but Tebow goes, no. He's my friend. He's my friend. And it's also on the Dan Warp channel, which is the channel that I used to watch clips of like Victorious and stuff on. All right, let's get to it. Let's hear this bullshit.
Hey, it's
I cannot believe Tebow agreed to this. Tebow, you've lost a friend in me.
Hey, it's Boogie. I played Tebow on Nickelodeon's iCarly. I got a chance to watch the Quiet on Set program, and I reached out to Dan to see if it was something that he'd be willing to discuss. I'm pleased to say that he said yes.
You're pleased to say that he said yes. Also, this is on Dan Schneider's channel. This is not you reaching out to anybody. I don't get this at all. I really don't get this. This is bullshit. So I watched the documentary and immediately had to reach out to Dan Schneider. Said no one ever. What the fuck is going on?
Dan, how are you?
We don't care how he is. Oh, he looks rough as fuck, doesn't he?
I'm okay. I really appreciate you reaching out and giving me the opportunity to talk to you about what we saw over the last 2 nights.
I'm really glad you're here because I believe this is important.
For sure.
You believe this is important? It is, dipshit.
Before I dive into my list of topics that I'd like to discuss, is there anything you'd like to start off with?
Absolutely. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret. And I guess
some of which. So what do you still agree with? Creep?
definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
Let's talk about the massages.
Okay?
Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing.
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And even additionally, I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there were a lot.
Well, one thing I want to immediately just discuss is I saw someone commented it. Why are we hearing that Dan Schneider thinks that it's hard to watch? Like, it was hard to watch. How about hard to live for the people that you made, you know, do these things, right? I'm going to turn my lights back on again because apparently that made it worse. Sorry, my equipment is such a mess. Fucking hell. La, 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 la. Okay. Fuck me. I'm going to move back to Manchester. My equipment up there was good. Anyway, why are we hearing about how difficult it is for him? Does anyone give a shit? Anyone care? Not me. But also, these things have been exposed with Dan Schneider for so many years that it's just like, you're now speaking up about it, so it just feels so inauthentic. You have been called out for putting children in inappropriate positions since you did it. So why do we believe that you're so sorry? No, because you're not. It's just now on a really, really, really global scale. My mom said he's also making sure everyone knows that there were other people, therefore, he's making sure he's letting everyone know there were others there, so therefore he didn't do anything wrong, which is just fucking bullshit.
People there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable. So I
May have felt uncomfortable?
Dan, talk to me about the writer's room. From what I saw, not cool.
No.
Not cool, Dan. Not cool, Dan. What is this?
And I don't mean to cut you off, but if I can cut right to the chase, let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable in any writer's room, ever, period, the end, no excuses. Most TV writers, comedy writers have been in writers' rooms, and they are aware that a lot of times there are inappropriate jokes made and inappropriate topics come up. But the fact that I participated in that, especially when I was leading the room, it embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it. And I can tell you why it hurts really bad for me. I remember very clearly.
I can tell you why it hurts really bad for me. We really don't give a shit. We really don't give a shit. You want to tell us why it's bad for you? We really do not give a fuck.
Early experiences, my first experiences in the entertainment business. I was green, I was scared, I was excited. It meant the world to me that I was getting those opportunities. And I went in and I got lucky.
So now we're hearing about him being scared and him being... We really don't give a fuck.
Because they were great.
Literally womp womp.
Fantastic. And the fact that I didn't pay that forward to every employee that...
You used making it in the industry to be able to sexualize children in a legal way.
Walked through my door. Yeah. It hurts my heart because I should have. And I wish I could go back and fix that. In the writer's room, there's no doubt that sometimes those jokes went beyond the pale and I said things that went too far or made practical jokes that went too far. And that was wrong. And that was because, I was an inexperienced producer. I was immature.
I don't think saying you were an inexperienced producer qualifies normalizing that all of your jokes revolved pedophilia. I know other inexperienced producers that don't revolve their shit around the sexualization of children.
Wouldn't happen today, but I'm just really sorry it happened.
Wouldn't happen today. Yeah, because you ain't getting any jobs, bitch.
Yeah. Now, we know you've had a lot of success. Over 2 decades. Thousands of people have worked with you, for you. Okay. Let's speak directly to the people who did not have a good experience with you.
Okay, I would like to speak to those people because I hate that anybody...
But you didn't over the last fucking, 20 years, 10 years that you've been called out. So why do you want to speak to them now?
For me, I didn't have a good time. You know me. You've been on my sets. Look, I've had some employees that have worked for me for 10 years, some more than 20 years, who would work with me again. But
who would work with you again? Yeah, we're aware that you hired people that literally were on the sex offender list. Of course you would hire people again because you were hiring fucking pedophiles.
There's still a significant number that didn't have a great time working for me, so my batting average isn't nearly high enough in that area. And the way they wouldn't get the best of me is that I would let the pressure of doing 40 or even more episodes per year, I would let that pressure get to me, which a good boss should never, ever do.
Was there specific things that you were doing?
Sure, I would snap at people sometimes. I would be snarky when I could have given them a nicer answer. I would not give people the time that they needed. I would be in too big a hurry to get on to the next thing I had to do. And watching that.
Sorry, I will never watch iCarly the same. That Tebow is sitting down with Dan Schneider being like, we want to hear from you. Like,
show, it made me, there were so many times I wanted to pick up a phone and call some of those people and say, I'm so sorry, and let's talk about
but you didn't. So let's focus on the fact you did not.
I wish I could have shown you a better experience.
Yeah. Now, you've written hundreds of episodes. Thousands of jokes have been told.
Yeah.
Jokes is very loosely used here, I guess.
Currently, where we are, some people think that some of those jokes are inappropriate.
Some people is crazy, think that some of the jokes is also crazy, were inappropriate. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy way of saying some people think some of the jokes inappropriate.
For children. What do you think of that?
All these jokes that you're speaking of, that the show covered over the past 2 nights, every one of those jokes was written for a kid audience because kids thought they were funny.
Kids didn't understand them. Kids would laugh at if you put a fucking apple down and put a fucking mouth on it and made it sing. So you're going to be like, oh, kids loved the cum shot jokes. Kids loved when we got Ariana Grande to milk fucking things. Kids loved what... blah, 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 blah. What the fuck? These jokes were made for kids. Again. Do jazz hands and children will laugh. You are making the jokes for adults who fetishize or want to have sex with children. They sexualize children. These are who these jokes were made for.
And only funny. Okay? Now we have some adults looking back at them 20 years later through their lens.
That's also a valid point. The laugh track used is of adults laughing. It's not of children laughing. Are there laugh tracks of children out there in the world? Yes. Did they choose to use it? No.
And they're looking at them and they're saying, oh, I don't think that's appropriate for a kid show. And I have no problem with that. If that's how anyone feels.
I dislike this bullshit.
Let's cut those jokes out of the show.
If you cut those jokes out of the show, you would have no show. You were in hot tubs with a minor Amanda Bynes for the jokes.
20 years ago or 25 years ago. I cut it. I want my shows to be popular. I want everyone to like. The more people who like the shows, the happier I am.
Yeah.
So if there's anything in a show that needs to be cut because it's upsetting somebody, let's cut it.
So I think it's big for you to say with your work, if it's viewed as that today, you don't have a problem.
Cut it. Cut it.
I mean, that's a solution.
The last thing.
For me, that's a solution. Okay, we've been calling him out for years. The general public have been talking about him for years. Tebow being like, you're given a great solution. Cut them out. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Thing I want to ever do
Yeah.
is put any content in a show that's going to upset my audience and make them want to turn off the TV. Why would I ever want to do that?
That makes sense.
Kids don't understand it. And creepy adults find it funny. Win-win, Dan, right?
I want to give you an opportunity to kind of elaborate on something.
Okay?
The thought process from the series is you had the power to just write a joke, and no matter what, it's going on TV. You just had that type of power. Is that true?
The notion that I had the power to just produce whatever I wanted and have it air is completely false.
Okay.
There were many, many levels of scrutiny. Okay? We had executives.
That you were hiring who were convicted child. Nope. Okay. So the people you were hiring were people that, you know, felt similarly to how you felt, which mean that things could get passed very easily. So
We had executives in New York.
So two coasts.
Two coasts
Okay.
of
Both
approval, yes. And by the way, approval at every stage, really.
Okay.
And I'm talking about
every stage.
makeup, sound, sets, dialogue, jokes, everything.
Now, when you say approval, these obviously that's a hierarchy, not your colleagues or
right.
people in the room. Okay.
No, not my colleague. No, these
Tebow, we fucking know what it means.
are their bosses and then their bosses. And they're approving all of this stuff.
Okay.
But again, the people you were hiring were also creeps
In front of all sorts of adults and caregivers and the set teacher,
that are getting paid money to approve it.
families, everybody's watching it. And if anybody had said anything, hey, we don't like that, that's not appropriate, then it would have been cut out.
Now, I'm gonna push back a little bit
Sure.
because the series painted
He's gonna push back a little bit. Okay.
you were just the guy that was doing what he wanted, and people were afraid to confront you about things. So say, just humor me, say that was the case. What would have been the ultimate way to?
Okay. If nobody on the set, if all of the dozens and dozens of adults that were on the set, if they didn't say anything, if my bosses said, if they insisted, you got to make a change here, you got to cut that, I had to do it. I had no choice.
Got it. Now this next one, it kind of hit close to home. Being a new father, I wouldn't be opposed to my child being in the entertainment industry. It doesn't.
This motherfucker just watched the documentary we talked about that exposes all these children being sexually touched and all these different things and goes, as a new father myself, I wouldn't be opposed to putting my child in that industry. What the fuck? What the fuck? Fucking Dumb and Dumber here. What?
Doesn't matter what age, yeah? Seeing some of those on-air dares, seeing it now from where you are now in your life, what do you think of that?
I think that some of the on-air dares went too far.
Some, by the way, some.
Not most of them, but some did.
Not most of them.
Nickelodeon wanted to do their version of Fear Factor. At the time we were shooting All That, so I was tasked with doing these on-air dares with the All That cast. So we get with the writers and we come up with all these ideas, and it's hard to do because we don't have the budget of Fear Factor, and we can't put the kids in dangerous.
This is such bullshit.
Kids.
It was hard to come up with stuff, but we would come up with all these ideas of dares they could do. We would give them to the network, and they would say, tell us the ones that were okay.
Right.
Those are the ones we shot. Those are the ones that aired. At the time, I had no indication that any kid ever had a problem with them. But when I was watching the show over the past 2 nights, I now know that there were kids who did have problems with the on-air dares. And it breaks my heart. And I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to any kid who ever had to do a dare or anything that they didn't want to do or weren't comfortable doing. We went out of our way to make sure they were safe and that everything was done properly. But if a kid was scared and didn't want to do it, kids shouldn't have had to do it.
Yeah.
Period, the end.
Right.
And if,
Okay, but you're also admitting that they still had to do them. You're like, they shouldn't have had to do them if they were scared or uncomfortable. But in that, you're agreeing that they did have to do them and they still did them.
if I had known at the time, I would have changed it on the spot.
Now, we also saw the series highlight
If you're saying, oh, I didn't know that they were uncomfortable, then you're obviously not doing a good job at safeguarding the kids. So fuck off. Come back into focus a little bit. My camera's focusing on everything around me. Love it.
about a wage discrepancy. Now, I know that you don't divvy out salaries. Talk to me about that part.
Well, you're correct. I have nothing to do with paying writers. I never have. I've never made a writer's deal. And of all the writers I've been in a writer's room with, I never even knew how much most of them were getting paid.
Yeah, but we saw these two women who were writers for you sharing one salary. How does that happen?
It's very simple. There's a common practice in television when hiring writers. If you have a spot for a new writer, sometimes you'll go to 2 writers and say, hey, if you 2 new writers for your first job are willing to share a salary, you can both have the job. They have the opportunity to say, yes, that sounds good, or no, no thank you. In this case, it was 2 women writers. I've done another show where that teaming was done with 2 male writers, and they split a salary. I did another show.
Yeah, but what we're talking about here is that the entire writer's room was just men, except for these 2 women that were being split a salary. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Show where it was a male and a female writer, and they split a salary. So
And these are all first-time writers.
all first-time writers looking for their first gig.
Got it. Now, in the series, they also highlighted 2 black actors who said that they felt overlooked. Now, I want to be clear. I'm never going to speak on anyone else's journey. Yeah? I can talk about my experience, how my experience was with you, what I saw prior to working with you.
So
I
bad.
don't want to speak on anyone's journey. I saw you be honored for diversity in your work.
Yes, and the reason for that is diversity has always been very important to me in my shows. If you go back to the very first Nickelodeon show I ever made, that's very evident, as it is in the second one, and then the first movie I ever made for Nickelodeon, which starred Kenan and Kel, and every show I did after that had a lead black actor in it. I'm very proud of that. It's very important.
What the fuck is this? Oh my god. And Tebow just sitting there being like this. I love you, Dan. You're saying that you're not going to evade anyone's story when it comes to race, but then you just did. The conversation has now gone from the kid that spoke up, and now you're saying, oh, well, they actually didn't go through that because I didn't go through it. That's such bullshit.
To me. And not only am I proud that they were in my shows, I'm exceptionally proud of the achievements they've had beyond my shows. And they've gone on to bigger and better things. And that gives me a great sense of pride.
Well, something that really kind of bothered me was how they depicted your relationship with the cast.
Oh my god. When Tebow just said something that really bothered me, I thought he was going to say something that Dan did that bothered him, but he just said something that bothered me was the way they portrayed ye. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it bothered me too.
Yeah, just me being there, I knew the dynamic was trust. I understood that in situations where they may have had turmoil, whether it be with their families, whether it be other castmates, they came to you. Versus how they made you look. With that said, Amanda Bynes was brought up in the series and her emancipation and how you were involved in that. Can you talk to us about it a bit?
Sure. Amanda was between the ages of 16 and 17, and she wanted to get emancipated from her parents, which was a fairly common thing with successful young actors, at least at the time.
Sure.
So, what did you do, Dan? Go on, Dan. Educate us. What did you do to this 16-year-old girl that you were putting in highly inappropriate sexual environments for your show, taking hot tub baths with her? We've seen all the clips. What did you do when she said that she wanted to be emancipated from her parents? A 16-year-old girl. What did you do, Dan? Were you a shoulder for her to cry on?
And she wanted that for herself. So she turned to her team, which included her lawyer, her agent, her manager, her publicist, me, because she included me as part of her team.
So who was the most powerful one in all of that, Dan? You. This is not help. Just listing off other people involved does not help your case, by the way.
Thought of me that way. We supported her. She tried to get emancipated. It ended up not working out. She didn't.
Well, since we're here, let's stay here for a moment. There was also an incident where she had ran away from home, if
Yes.
you would. Can you talk to us a little bit just to clear the air of exactly what happened in that situation?
Yes. One night, it was very late, well after midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning. Phone rang. I answered. It was Amanda. She was upset. She was in distress. She had had some conflict with her parents, I think her father, and she called me. I was immediately concerned about her safety. I called someone who I knew was fairly nearby. That person was able to go and pick her up. Then I knew she was safe. I felt better. She ended up being taken to the police.
Well, regardless of what some people may think, I think it's only...
So, Dan, is this another example of you creating a wedge between these children and their parents that we've heard about already? Is that what we've heard about from many of these kids? That you created a wedge between their parents and them? It's another example.
positive, that you are there for people when they need you. That said, let's talk about some of the things that have just been...
It's also crazy to get Dan Schneider to talk about what happened to Amanda Bynes, considering what happened to Amanda Bynes was Dan Schneider.
Swirling forever.
Okay.
You were banned from your set.
Never happened. That is a false rumor.
What happened?
Add it to the list of false rumors.
Talk to me. What happened?
The list of false rumors, please enlighten us to the other fucking false ones.
They were adult actresses at the time, and they had their own specific reasons for not wanting to do the show anymore. I'm not judging that. It got tense. And what they don't know, maybe, is I did everything I could to make that show go away. My producer partner at the time, we would call and say, this is not a good situation.
Oh my God, Dan Schneider, you are the best man ever.
I decided I'm going to do what most showrunners do, which is you're not on the set. There's a director there to shoot it. I'll go up to the writer's room. I'll work on the next script. But because everybody was so used to me caring about every detail of every show so much, for me not to be on the set, maybe some people thought I got banned.
So it was more of an assumption because this guy's usually here and now he's not.
I don't know if it was an assumption. I don't know if somebody thought they were making me look bad by saying I got banned from the set. I have no idea.
Okay.
All I know is I was never banned from the set.
Yep. The darkest part of this series discussed child predators. Now, I want to make sure that we clear a couple of things up.
Okay.
How is this an interview where Tebow immediately said, we're going to let Dan answer for himself. But this entire thing is Tebow being like, one thing that really upset me is how they betrayed you here. Can you talk about this? Can we talk about this? Like, this is not an interview. This is like you trying to get your friend out of jail.
Brian Peck was not hired by you.
No, I did not hire Brian Peck.
This was a Tolan Robbins production?
How is this an interview if this one is giving the other one the information?
And when Drake...
Tebow's literally being like, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do. And then Dan's going, do-do-do.
And I talked, and he told me what had happened. I was more devastated by that than anything that ever happened to me in my career thus far. And
Because you lost your predator friend.
I'm here for you. What do you need? Which Drake mentioned in the show that we watched last night. And next, I heard that he went to court when this guy was being tried, Peck. And when Drake walked in, he saw 50 people sitting on the side of the courtroom supporting Peck. A lot of them pretty famous. Of course, Drake was devastated that that happened. And even more disappointing, 41 of those people wrote letters for Peck, character letters, praising him for who he was and
I'm sure you wanted to write one too, babe.
that he was guilty. They knew he had confessed to some degree, and they still did this. That's baffling that adults would do that.
Hello, Murr, in front of you right now. It's shocking and terrifying that adults would do that. Said from Dan Schneider, by the way.
And I don't know if people know this,
What do we not know?
but Drake's mom, a lovely woman who I stay in contact with this day, she came to me at the time and she said, Dan, I'm not good with words like you are. And would you help me with my speech for the judge? And I said, of course. And I did.
Whoa, he turned that on quick, didn't he? Shit. That was impressive. What the fuck? That was so impressive. I have never seen someone turn that on so quick.
For Peck.
What?
Praising him for who he was, and
That was impressive.
they knew that he was guilty. They knew he had confessed to some degree, and they still did this. That's baffling that adults would do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people know this, but Drake's mom, a lovely...
Of course he was going to cry.
in contact with
But
this guy,
he turned on so quick.
to me at the time.
Wait.
And she said, Dan, I'm not good with words like you are. And would you help me with my speech for the judge? I said, of course.
Sorry.
I did.
My favorite way of telling if someone's fake... Sorry. This is not something to laugh at. I'm laughing at the fact of the fake crying. My favorite thing people do when they fake cry is they will do the voice and the face of someone who has been crying for a few minutes, but there's no tears. You only do that after a couple minutes of crying, or a couple seconds at least of crying. Like, there has to be tears because it changes your voice, it changes, your face. So if someone does that voice instantaneously without tears, it's fake. Because you're like, but you need to cry before you can do that. So this is just fake. You're fake crying, to quote Shane Dawson. Look, the breath, the face, it's all the expressions of crying, but because he hasn't been crying, it's fake.
Would you help me with my speech for the judge? And I said, of course. And I did. And he ended up going to prison and served.
Wait, he didn't even keep it up. He only fake cried for about 3 seconds. Whoa, that is impressive. He was not fully committed to the bit. He was like,
help me with my speech for the judge. And I said, of course. And I did. And he ended up
7 seconds we got of crying. 7 seconds of crying.
going to prison and serving his time. And yeah, that was
Isn't it crazy that he's just not crying now, when merely seconds ago he was crying?
probably the darkest part of my career. And here's the kicker that
Oh my God, his voice is back to normal.
after he got out of prison and was, to my knowledge, a registered sex offender, he was hired on a Disney Channel show.
He was hired with you first. That doesn't take away from Disney Channel, but he was hired with you first.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that, man. Are you okay? You want to take a minute?
Yeah, I'm all right. Let's keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we really unpacked some important things.
No, you didn't, motherfucker! What? Both of you are fucking lunatics! You think we've unpacked some great things here. Chick-fil-A's always like that meme, like, what do you mean?
We set the record straight on a lot of things. Before I let you get out of here, I appreciate the vulnerability that you use in knowing that there's definitely things that you would have and should have done differently. Is there anything that we haven't discussed?
Most things? I don't know. The fucking truth.
Anything that if you could go back and navigate the journey differently, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Calling this the journey is crazy. I hate rich people. They do the worst thing imaginable, and then they look back on it and go, it was part of the journey.
Definitely things that I would do differently. One that I think would be really, really important is when you're hiring young actors, minors, to work in television, I would suggest that we have a licensed therapist there to
But didn't you take on that role? You just admitted that you took that role on. That's one of the problems, by the way. We didn't dive into that, but that's one of the problems.
oversee that process for the specific reason of making sure that those kids really wanted to do this job, that they really wanted to be on television. Maybe they should even be informed about what that means. What's it going to mean if you're famous? What's that going to mean on social
But you don't want them to be like that, because then they'll be a little bit self-aware, but you don't want the kids to be self-aware.
media? What's it going to mean within your family? Let them find out. And then that way, if a kid doesn't want to be on a TV show, they can opt out. That psychologist, that therapist could come to us and say, this kid doesn't want to do it, or their parents aren't understanding of what's going to come. And then we could avoid the mistake of ever putting a kid in a TV show that didn't want to be there.
I hate this so much.
The main thing that I would change is how I treat people.
Yeah, they are. My mom did say this. Thank you, Nab, for your hard work, by the way, this stream. My mom's saying this as well. It's like he's ending this with, he just blamed Disney. He shifted the focus to Disney Channel, which we can focus on that too, but like, we're here to talk about you. But now he's blaming the children. Now he's like, we'll make sure in future children are prepared for this.
Everyone. I definitely at times didn't give people the best of me. I didn't show enough patience. I could be cocky and definitely overambitious.
Blame the innocent children. Yeah, you're such a victim, Dan.
Obnoxious, and I am so sorry that I ever was. And
Can we focus less on you being a bad boss and focus more on you preying on children? Because this entire thing has been about You know, I snapped at people a couple times. Can we talk about your sexualizing of children? Maybe.
All right. When I watched the show, I could see the hurt in some people's eyes, and it made me feel awful and regretful and sorry. I wish I could go back, you know, especially to those earlier years
He goes, I wish I could go back and do it all over again.
of my career and bring the growth and the experience that I have now and just do a better job and never, ever feel like it was okay to be an asshole to anyone ever.
See how he's only focusing on like him being a bad boss rather than him being a fucking predator?
Look, I wanted to make funny TV shows for kids, and we definitely did that. But if I could go back, I would get it done in different ways. I'd just be nicer as often as possible.
He's focusing on that. He's focusing on I was a bad boss rather than I'm a fucking predator.
And listen more to the people on my team. And
Wait. Hold up. You said, Walk with me. Hold on. This fucking cable is so tangled. Dan Schneider, you just said, I wish I could listen to my team more, which is fascinating because you said that you were never in control. You said that everything had to be passed through a team. So why are you saying, I wish I could listen to my team more and I should have listened to them more when you said in the past you never made the decisions because you had a team? But now you're saying I should have listened to my team. It's much to think about. What is it? What is the truth? What is the truth, Dan? Because clearly you don't fucking know. Which is crazy because this is very clearly a planned interview. So how can you not keep on top of what the fuck you said? Sick chair. Thank you. All right, let's finish this bullshit off.
everything that I could to make sure that everyone had a good experience. That's what I do differently.
Dan, I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I don't appreciate either of you guys. No shade. Oh, sorry, I just didn't have it on the screen. Sorry. Well, you didn't miss much. Okay. This is awful. Like, how can such a planned interview be so bad? And again, it just clearly focuses on I'm a bad boss rather than I'm a fucking creep. Fuck you, Dan Schneider, and fuck you, Tebow. Not good at all. All right, bye. All right, guys, how was the freezing that time? Was the freezing a little bit better, maybe? Hopefully? Was it maybe a little bit better? I hope so. I hope so. I was trying not to look at my camera because it was just, I was like, ah. Was it better? I can see the hat. It looks like I have a little leprechaun hat on right now. Thank you, Beyonce. Okay. So, it was better. Oh, thank you. Also, Nab, my mom was right. You're kind of killing that. You're kind of killing that. Also, my mom and Nab kept commenting saying, like this stream. Let me refresh. Oh, yeah. Please like the stream, everyone. Okay, people are saying it's much better. Okay, we're going to do one last thing, I think, before I end the stream. I really need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. And we're going to do the Gabby Hanna video. It's not going to be long. And then we're going to end the stream. Because I want to start working on this equipment and fix it. So, anyways, I am going to go do that right now. I am quickly just going to put on a fun little video for you to watch. And I'll be right back in a second, okay? I'll be right back. Hee. I love putting this pig thing on. Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, sure. Come on over. Come on up, Mum. There we go.
Serves you right. Why are these bitches just getting them to come up on their lap? They're coming up to me and going,
Be patient. Oh.
fuck you, fuck. They're eating the same thing as the last time.
Hey! Oh my god, sorry, was that Frozen? That is so annoying. Sorry, that was like Frozen.
Oh. About fucking time.
We must deeply investigate why everything is going wrong in my stream. Who's sabotaging my stream tonight? Who's sabotaging my stream tonight? Everything was running so great in we've just got to move back to Manchester, guys. We've just got to move back to Manchester. Fuck me. All right, let me load up this Gabrielle Hanna. And then we'll do that. Gabby. The Gabby Show. I need to go to a pig cafe. I wonder if there's any in my city. It depends on which one because they're so hit or miss. Okay. We're gonna do this Gabby Hanna video where she talks about being 1 year sober. Because everyone really liked the other Gabby update. The video was really intense. So we're gonna do that. Also, to let everyone know, I was just talking to my mom really quickly. I guess I'll do that because I'm not gonna do Discord or anything again. I'm just gonna have mods on YouTube. So any regulars I see in the chat or any regulars my mom sees in the chat, she's literally just gonna text me like your username or something and be like, I think they'd be a good mod. And I'll literally just be like, do you want to be a mod? And if you do, then I'll add you. And if you don't, then you don't. I'm doing situations with moderators a little bit different last time because, the mess of having a team of moderators, they just turn on each other. And there's just, that's literally why Discord left. There was just so much drama and they were all great at moderating. And I'm so grateful for what they did for me. They were really, really, really great. But yeah, just having a lot of basically strangers to each other come together and forcing them to work. I mean, everyone has a different opinion of how to moderate and everyone's so, I can't see myself ever doing a moderator, like a Discord thing again, just too much drama. So I guess in future, we'll just do this. Any regulars I see, I'll be like, do you want a mod? And then if you do, then I'll just mod. Yeah, Discord was the fucking vein of my life. I hated it so much. All right, let's do this. Gabrielle Hanna. Her video is 12 minutes, so we'll probably be on stream for another like 20 minutes. I was going to say I'm sorry for this short stream, but I mean, we've been on here for 2 hours. And also, I really want to start figuring out what the fuck is going on with my camera and stuff. So anyway, we'll do that. Not God-shaped hole. You bitches are already acting out because you know Gabby's on the screen. Well, not yet, but I can see her. All right, let's do it. Okay. Wait, the caption of this is, should Christians smoke weed? Oh, Gabby, you're a woman of many questions, aren't you? Jesus. Okay. All right, let's do it. Are you ever gonna do memberships on YouTube? So like people paying? Not right now, just because I kind of enjoy everyone being able to watch for free. I know people complain about ads and stuff, but I kind of like that for the most part, rather than making people pay per month. Maybe if the chat ever gets really bad, you know, I would have to do that, but everyone's behaving themselves. All right, let's do it. Are you ready? Final video of the night. Hi, muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really, really, really well. I'm, again, going to say this at the start of the video. My equipment broke when I moved, so I'm dealing with a lot of buffering and a lot of random stuff. So just know that that's what's happening. Anyways, Gabby Hanna, we have a new update. Now, our last Gabby Hanna video, that was a little bit intense. God's Hole, ring a bell? This is quite an intense one. Gabby has been doing these Gabby Hanna diaries on her main channel, which is interesting because she normally had her vlog channel, but I guess just maximizing who can watch it. She has announced that she's 1 year sober, which I think is really, really, really great. And I'm very, very, very stoked for her. I think that that's great. And also the last memory I have of Gabby Hanna is her being like, wake, bake, smoke, paint, you know, weed is life, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, she's rebranded as, you know, a Christian now. So let's hear what she has to say. Let's hear what she has to say. But I think that this is a great thing. Everyone knows their limits. Everyone knows what's best for them. And good for her. Good for her. Let's hear what she has to say. Let's get to it. 1 year sober, Gabby Hanna.
When I was high, like I was very a handful of around 20.
Okay, we don't want to listen.
Smoking when I was around 27 years old. Before that, I tried it a handful of times, but I was just like really not fun to be around when I was high. Like I was very.
Also, we talked about her cameo, right? And it was like $11,000 for a business cameo. People have informed me that her regular cameo is like $350. Anyone want a video from Gabby Hanna? The price of that, $350.
Stereotypical, can't string a sentence together, can't keep a thought straight smoker. Then one day I went to this influencer's birthday party, which means I went to like a sponsored event, and there was this guy, this vendor who was just handing out weed cartridges. He was giving out one at a time, but for whatever reason, he gave me like 6, and then I was with somebody and they gave him 6 too. So then my friend comes over and then he leaves his behind. So all of a sudden I have 12 weed cartridges in my house.
What is that, like a weed pen? Like that? Cartridges. I think that's a weed pen. I think that's a weed pen. I think it is.
But I didn't smoke them for a really long time. So fast forward a little bit and I'm going through some stuff, you know, typical. And there were a couple nights where I started drinking alone. And right away I was just like, nope.
Okay, so it is the cartridges. Okay.
Nope. This is not going to be me. This is not going to be my life. I'd rather be a drug addict. So I started smoking by myself at night, and mostly I would just sit on my couch, put on a show, and draw or write. It was so easy to get kind of lost in the work, but I also want to say that it was not fun or enjoyable. I was always scared. I was super paranoid. Like every little sound freaked me out. I remember one night I was in bed and I saw a teddy bear laying on the ground, and I knew it was a teddy bear. For a fact, I knew it was a teddy bear, but for some reason inside I was just like, but what if it's a dead body? So a couple years in, this became a nightly routine for me. At this point, very much the unwind at the end of the day with a glass of wine type smoker. So then I move into my
I'm so obsessed with the amount of time she's putting pothead on the screen.
house, and things got kind of dark and chaotic. For the first time.
What's so crazy is, again, the last time I've seen her on social media, all she was talking about was how amazing weed is for her and for people. And then now she's like, it ruined my life. Which, again, you come to those conclusions. Good for her. Good for her for being 1 year sober. I think when someone knows they need to go sober and they're able to do it, or at least attempt it, I think it's an amazing accomplishment. But yeah, it's a crazy turnaround because the last time I saw her, it was very different.
I'm in literally 6 years I stopped posting. Like literally for 6 years from the week I started posting, I did not miss an upload. So I go a few weeks without uploading and somebody suggests that I do Vlogmas. So I'm like, okay, let me give this a try. So I try filming and it's kind of hard. Like it didn't feel natural. I was really uncomfortable and I was kind of out of the rhythm of doing it. Like I was on such a train for a minute that
What is with this sound effect? And also, trains are a sore topic for me. I don't like train talk. But also, the sound effect is crazy.
once it crashed, I was kind of scared to get back.
Turn this shit off.
First time literally ever.
Also, as someone who has dabbled, I hate cartridges. I hate them. They are incredibly fake, for the most part, the ones that I've had, where whenever I'm doing them, I'm like, I don't know if this is real. And there's been times, I remember like 2 years ago or like a year ago or something, I had a cartridge and I was taking it for like a week straight. And I was like, hold on, the high is lasting maybe 3 minutes and then you have to top it up again. And I was like, wait. So then I like stopped doing it. And I'm like, whoa, I feel like fully sane again. Like I feel like functional. And then I was like, I started digging into it, researching it and stuff. And I find out that there's a high likely chance that the cartridge that I had was like very synthetic. Like it wasn't even like the actual thing. And I was like, So that's why I kept having to top it up every couple minutes. And that's also why it gave the same like high as like sniffing poppers. You know what I mean? Can I say all this on here? I don't fucking know. If anyone has ever done poppers, like that like 20-second rush, I feel the rush, addicted to your touch, was like what this cartridge was doing. And so when she's talking about this, I'm like, ooh, I felt that on cartridges. So yeah, everyone be careful if you're ever doing cartridges. Be careful.
I smoked before I filmed. Like I'd never filmed high before. Maybe once. Actually, definitely once. So I'm high. I'm talking out loud with nobody but myself, the camera, and God to hear what I'm saying. I was able to actually uncover my own thoughts. So like in therapy, for example, even though I was there in this, judgment-free zone to talk about things, I just couldn't get there. I am a very, very, very socially anxious person. And I know that if you're watching this and you literally only know me from the internet, you probably, maybe not probably, but maybe might not guess that. I'm literally in a room by myself talking to an inanimate object. So even in this small room with a therapist, I was just like so high strung and guarded that I couldn't actually get to the root of anything. But I would take a hit, I would turn on my camera, and then I would just start talking. And when no more words came out, I just stopped. And then I'd watch it back and I'd edit it. And it felt like I finally had someone I could trust to talk to. I'd watch myself pouring my heart out to myself, saying all the things out loud that I didn't even actually know that I was thinking because my thoughts were always racing so fast that I couldn't even grab a hold of them. I'd edit it, watch it back, and I would feel peace for a moment, like a genuine therapy session. I was able to stop masking. I was able to see myself without a mask. And I started genuinely falling in love with myself in a radical self-acceptance way. At this point, I'm like addicted to this feeling. Every night, I can't wait to get high, film, edit. And then things started getting even darker around me. So I started smoking earlier.
This editing is making me feel like I'm high.
Earlier until eventually I'm starting at 11 a.m. and staying high the rest of the day with no days off. I would just smoke by myself and cry and dance and paint and journal and cry and stretch and cry and work out and cry and make eggs and toast and cry. And then I started having heart issues. I would literally be sitting and my heart rate would jump to over 200 beats per minute with no physical activity. Like I'm literally sitting on the couch. I even at one point was wearing a heart monitor. This looks like I'm like really suffering and I'm literally not. I think that I just smoked too much weed. My skin was bad, my diet was bad, and frankly, I was weird. I was really weird. Like me, like baseline, I'm weird. Living in this alternate reality in my brain completely shut off from almost all social contact with nowhere to be and anybody to hold me accountable to doing anything, I was weird. So all that to say, things started off pretty innocently and spiraled. Weed transformed to this little thing I did to help me draw and paint and relax to being a crutch. Actually, crutch is such an understatement. It was just an absolute necessity for me. I'm recognizing this, and I battled myself for probably a year at least on whether or not I needed to quit. And it was the same cycle I'd quit.
Okay. I think it's great that she's opening up about her experience. I think that that's always great when someone opens up about their experience. It sounds like she was taking shrooms. But I'm going to take it at the baseline that she was just taking weed. Cuz she's saying it was, so, her experience that she is describing, can happen to people, and it, these different levels, obviously they're, happen differently for every single person. And I think it's very important for her to raise awareness of, experiences, good or bad, and having an open conversation about drugs. I think it's very important. A lot of the things she's describing are very, shocking, very shocking. Okay.
For a couple weeks, a few weeks even, a month, a couple months, and then I'd be like, you know what, let me see how it feels to just smoke again. And then I'd smoke and I'd be like, wow, this is so good for me. It's just about balance and moderation. This time I'd have boundaries. I can only smoke, this many times a week, and between this hour and only this much. And then I'd smoke again, and wow, I'm like, I need both sober me and high me. We gotta yin and yang. Like, this is a team. We gotta work together. And then before you know it, you get the point. And all the while, the spiritual battle keeps popping up. And before you're like, oh my gosh, a lot of people do look at weed as a spiritual tool. Especially if you're talking to somebody who smokes a lot, especially if you're talking to somebody in California, they'll tell you that weed is a very spiritual experience. It really helps them connect. I'm gonna do an entire separate video for any Christians or non-Christians about sort of these common arguments or justifications.
Oh my God, I almost forgot for a second that the broad topic here is about Christianity. Because we've just gone to, on the screen, should Christians smoke weed? I forgot that that's what this overarching point is. Again, I can very much so respect anyone having an open conversation like this. There's definitely, if I'm being completely transparent with you, there's definitely things in my head right now that make me feel like she's painting things in a certain light because of her new rebrand as a Christian, and a lot of Christians are very against smoking weed, which is very ironic because the two most religious people I know in my entire life, not my Nana and Greta, no, the two most religious people I know in my life who are to do with my friends, are the biggest stoners you will ever meet in your entire life. And Mom, if you're still watching, think of one of my friends from home, family, the Christian people I know are the most fucking high people you've ever met in your entire life. So I am very aware that a lot of this conversation as well is stemming from the idea that Christians are very against alcohol, drugs, and this is kind of feeding into that even more. However, that is in my mind, but I am just going to take at face value that everything she's saying here is genuinely just from the heart.
Questions surrounding whether or not you should smoke, basically. So make sure to check that video out if you're having any type of internal debate, and it might give you some insight, it might not, but it's at least worth having a conversation and listening to somebody else talk about it. And then I get served this video on YouTube from somebody who was explaining.
Y'all are not gonna do this in the chat. Someone just commented and was like, Jesus and God is it was fucking Nab. Fuck you, Nab. Nab commented and was like, Jesus and God is her blunt rotation dream. You motherfuckers need to learn to behave. You motherfuckers. Drag me down. You little. Say your comments, and I read them out, and then I get in trouble. Oh my God, Lunar, you just quoted a really old video we did. Oh my God, Lunar. You just quoted, whoa, my legs are fucking dead. Lunar just quoted, there is no smoking in America. Who remembers we did a video on world's strictest fucking parents? It's not called world's strictest fucking parents. Don't know why I felt the need to swear there. And I think it was the dad was like, there's no smoking in America. I know Jesus was going through those bloods. No, stop commenting, because then I'm going to go on a tangent. I'm going to make a couple jokes about Jesus. I'm going to go on a fucking stand-up comedy thing about God, and then I'm going to get in trouble. Fuck you all. Exploring their holes together. Like, why would you comment that? Why would you comment that? Because I'm going to read it out. I'm going to get in trouble for it. And you're the little bitch that dragged me down with it. There is no smoking in America. And also, weed works very differently for, everyone. It works very differently for everyone, some person's good experience to some person's bad experience. But I think you should be very open to hearing someone saying that they're sober and why they're sober. You know what I mean? I think it's important. Again, it raises awareness, and I think that's good. And stop commenting about God's hole. Because you know that I can't hold back the jokes. Stop. Chat. Someone said, why'd my chat stop? I wish mine did. Anyways, we're going to continue. I'm just going to stop reading chat because you're all being so misbehaved.
Why they quit.
No. Kirby's thick thighs just said, holy Trinity. Trinity. Holy Trinity. Stop. You get me in trouble. Holy Trinity is crazy.
This girl saying all the things that I was saying about how it helps her connect spiritually, but then she realized that those things were all lies and she decided to put it down. And then another video pops up and this person said, I've been fighting myself over this for so long, and then I realized the fact that I'm having this internal battle is a testament that inside my spirit knows that this is not actually good for me and that it's keeping me from something. All of these people felt the same thing I did. Like, it's spiritual, it's medicinal, it's good for you, it's natural. And then I get served another video, and this is the one that really got me. I didn't even
Chat.
watch the video. I just looked at the thumbnail and immediately I was like, I'm quitting. It was a video of a guy who didn't smoke weed for 365 days. And on the left, it said day 1, lazy and depressed. And on the right, day
lazy and depressed. Day 365, motivated and happy. Wait, you know what also, by the way, I'm very aware that a lot of my chat is very 420 friendly. I'm sure there's probably so many people here that are so high that they can't even fathom what I'm talking about. Hey, hope I'm giving you a bad trip right now. That does not take away from the fact that weed still is a drug. And if I would come into focus, that would be absolutely fucking amazing. Weed is still a drug. And I don't really know what else to say past that. I love weed. I don't really know what to say. So imagine I just did some like really motivational thing about like it's still a drug, Imagine I just did that. Can't wait to get high after this stream. I'm kidding. But yeah, just imagine I did like some sort of like, like PG, some sort of drugs are bad. Mm-hmm. Wait, what's that thing from South Park? Drugs are bad. Mm. Mr. Mackey, drugs are bad. Use responsibly. Yes. Okay, you're helping me out in chat. Weed is still a drug at the end of the day. I'm not pro or against it. Know your limits. Be smart. Use responsibly. I'm just reading out things people are commenting, so it's like thing. Why are people calling me a bottom in the chat again? Oh, we're not doing this again. Someone just called me a bottom in the chat again. Why are we doing this again? Fuck you. You don't know that. I count with the fucking God's hole and bottom comments. Free me from the hell that is live streaming. Free me from it. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. Wait, I feel like that's kind of accurate. Drugs are bad. Okay. Stop calling me a bottom.
365 and it said motivated and happy. And the word motivated is what struck me. For the last couple years, I felt like I had all these ideas and plans.
Someone just commented and said, the bottom rimmers need to stop. Thank you. Thank you.
And daydreams. I was in this constant state of
Someone said, wrong. He's a top with a bunch of like nail emojis. The chat is crazy right now. Chat is vulgar. No. You guys are gross. Someone said, here comes the bottom police.
creation, but could not execute.
Adam,
So
you're
that
not
was
beating the
when
allegation.
everything
Fuck off.
I had just melted. So I quit, but this time I set myself a timer. 1 year. No more like, oh, let me just like go a few weeks just to prove I can. No. 1 year. And here's the result. So weed actually changes your brain chemistry. It does have physiological, psychological effects on your brain. I needed to reset my brain, rewire my brain.
Oh my god.
Weeks, I did notice changes already.
Please, just a warning if you're gonna play a fucking loud noise.
But that's the point where normally I would start smoking again because I'd be like, oh, I feel a lot better. Like, I can smoke again. But I didn't, and each week got clearer. Hey, I'm in the middle of filming.
Why was this me a couple minutes ago when my friend Jasmine called me and was like, do you want to come to the club? By the way, she did just message me and say, she just messaged me this instant and said, let me know when you're going to come to the club. We're on our way now. I guess I'm going to the club with her and her friend Joe. I guess I'm going with them. Okay. Did I think I was going to club tonight? No. Do I want to club tonight? No. Do I want to leave my apartment tonight? Not really. Are we going to quite possibly the worst club in Brighton? Yes. I hate this club with a passion. I do love this girl. I will do anything for her. Let me put my phone on charge, actually. Oh, fuck. I couldn't be fucking bothered. Couldn't be bothered.
I'm leaving for LA tonight. Okay, I'll go, Monica. Okay, bye. I was able to make these major life decisions that I'd been putting off, like moving across the country. I needed to make that decision.
Where'd she move to? Oh, move back home.
Place. I was able to actually organize my life and get things that I've been putting off done. That list would be too long and uninteresting, but just know it was good. The anxiety that I was convinced the weed was fixing, which obviously it wasn't because I still had anxiety and thus I was smoking more weed, actually went away, shockingly. Depression lifted too. And most importantly, I just feel peace. I am not dependent on anything except the Lord our God. Amen. I stepped away from social media at the same time, which is actually my real addiction. Weed, not so much. Wasn't really an addiction. Social media, real addiction. And we'll talk about it. But yeah, I stopped wasting a lot of time on there and also in a lot of other ways. And I'm happy and motivated. It's like I'm the me that I was before I had to tuck her away and hide her from the world. My experience, it was actually pretty easy. I think setting that firm deadline, in fact, no, actually I'm gonna say I know that setting that firm deadline is what really got me there. I'm a very goal-oriented person and very competitive with myself. So when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So once it was off the table as an option for something for me to do, I just didn't really even think.
Okay, everything she's saying here is great. I just don't appreciate the shoving God down my throat. I started to say it and I realized that it was going to be... So I just had to commit to it. Oh, God. My God. Someone just commented, is Joe cute? How do you know that Joe's coming? Oh, I must have said it. Oh, wow. You really listen. That's scary. Ooh, that's scary. I was like, fuck. You guys actually listen when I say things. Everything she's saying, I think is great. I think talking about sobriety, I think talking about, social media addictions, I think talking about different ways people can react to different drugs, specifically weed, that's very, normalized in the world now. I think it's really, sorry, I was just reading chat. I think it's, let me not look at the chat. I think it's really important. I think what she's doing here is good. I think it's really important, and it shows a lot of growth. And I think that I would be more receptive to it if I didn't have this, without sounding interesting or without sounding sexual, without God being shoved down my throat. You know, I think if everything she said didn't have to end with our Savior, Lord, and Christ, like, listen, be religious, be spiritual, be nothing. Me don't give a shit. Like, I really do not give a shit. But when you're making a point to me and I start to agree with you and then you close it off with, because of God, I'm like,
think about it as much. And that's not to say there weren't challenges at first, especially. There is that physical and psychological withdrawal, anxiety being one of the main ones. But those withdrawals go away.
she says that word so fun. She goes, withdrawals. I love it.
Relatively quickly. Not the physical anxiety that you're feeling from the drug literally like leaving your body, but when the stress gets hard, like those moments when you'd normally go and smoke immediately to calm down, those moments will never go away, right? Like there's always going to be stress. It's just about not needing to smoke to get through them. Like, I'll tell you what, dude.
And again, a very, very, very great point that she's bringing up here. She's like, I was smoking to get through things. I was smoking to, this is how I was, you know, dealing with it. This is all really great point. This is what I'm saying. This is actually one of the best videos I've seen of her recently. Well, again, they haven't been great. This is one of the best ones I've seen of her recently because everything she's saying here, I think, is important to say. And I think it's important to hear different people's perspectives. And I'm actually very proud of her for making this video. There's just certain things that I'm like, oh, the God thing just kind of, I have such like religious, like, I don't want to say religious trauma. It sounds very extreme, but being forced religion down your throat your entire childhood through schools and different things, specifically when you're told that they don't agree with your lifestyle or like you or would accept you, you're so resistant to it. So I'm like not fully on board with it because I dealt with so many years trying to like regress it.
When I moved, like the first couple months were so hard and so stressful, and I was having a tough time. I had a massive breakdown today. It's not okay that I needed to be high to not be a so I really needed to work on that. The biggest downside for me still at this moment is that I haven't been able to unlock that creative piece. Whereas a lot of things in life got really a lot easier to execute, art is more challenging for me. I'm just such a
It's a great video actually for her standards.
able to just like sit down and enjoy the creative process. When it comes to visual art anyways, songwriting have to be sober. It's weird, but there was truly nothing I loved more than smoking and painting. Literally watching paint dry, waiting to see what images come forward, really rolling with the mistakes and leaning into them, letting my intuition take over. Dancing is also a lot harder and unnatural for me. Journaling was a lot more productive.
Do you think Gabby plays Just Dance? I played Just Dance recently. What did I dance to? I can't remember what I danced to. I was dancing to it. I got up though. My friend me up. I tried my best. I didn't want to sweat though, so I did a really bad job. My friend was really good at it though. Do you think she plays Just Dance? Or do you think she just like puts music on and dances? I can't see her playing Just Dance. Actually, yeah, I can.
And intuitive. What it really comes down to is overthinking and not allowing myself to sit still. I have a lot of trouble just sitting still and focusing on one project for any prolonged period of time. But when I would smoke, I could sit for days at a time and just focus on that one thing. So I do still see the benefits. Like I'm not gonna be one of those people who's just like, weed has no benefits and drugs are bad. Oh my gosh, I should have worn my DARE t-shirt. No, I'm glad I didn't. That would have been too much. I feel like it really helped a lot with ADHD, OCD, PTSD, and just other mental blocks. I feel like it definitely helps you connect to a different place. And
Okay, and a great ending to this video as well. She's saying what the pros were in her life. Honestly, I think this video is great. No, the editing is a bit obnoxious. The God things, could do without, but whatever, it's her video. I will say that this video is actually really good. She's highlighting, her struggles, her things she liked about it, and I think your fire alarm's going off. Is everything okay? Or is it false alarm? let me know. It stopped. Okay. I think that this video is actually really good. It's educational, it's personal, and I'm just gonna take everything at face value that she says.
Also, I don't know that it's wrong or bad. Like, it is medicinal. I would rather smoke weed than take a lot of pharmaceutical drugs. Weed is demonized in a way that a lot of these pharmaceuticals are just not. So I'm not even saying like this is a terrible thing. I'm saying that I had a problem. And if you're somebody who also feels like you might have a problem, then you probably do. So final thoughts. I am really very proud of myself.
So she should be. 1 year sober is huge.
And like I said, if this is something that you're going back and forth with, I would highly recommend just committing to 1 year. If you can't do it, or if you're resisting a lot, or if you're constantly having these circular arguments with yourself, or you're always looking for some type of external validation of somebody to tell you that it's not a problem, your problem might be a lot bigger than you think. Just give yourself a chance and see who you are when you're sober-minded. All this to say, I don't know that I'll never smoke again. I told myself 1 year and didn't know if at the end of the 1 year, if it's something that I would pick up again. But I know that I don't need to. And that's a lot more than I could have said 1 year ago.
You know what? Bravo. Bravo. Wait, people are saying that she hates pharmaceuticals. Wait, is that her talking about like paracetamol and like Tylenol and stuff? Or is that her talking... When she said that, she meant like cocaine. Oh, did I misinterpret that? Wait, is she talking about like, you know, like tablets you get over the counter, or is she talking about like... Why did I think pharmaceutical meant like heroin? I need to go back to school. I really need to go back to school, actually. Nothing up here. There's fucking nothing up here. Anyway, I think this video overall was pretty good. I think she ended it well. Gabby. Oh, prescription medication. Okay. Which is very easy to get addicted to. You know what? Good for her. This is a really big thing for anyone, specifically Gabby, because she said she was very dependent on it. I think anyone getting sober is great if it works for them. And I think her having this open conversation is great. I think this was a really good video. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Shout out Gabrielle. All right, everyone. Okay, well, clearly, apparently, I'm going to the club. Let me know we're on our way. Can't be asked. I haven't seen her in so long, and I've canceled on our last couple plans. And I do love her friend Joe. So I know I'll have a good night. How long will it take me to get there? If I leave now, I get there in like 12 minutes. All right. Well, apparently that's how I'm ending my night. I appreciate you all being here so much. I will get whatever problems with my equipment sorted out for the next one. I appreciate you being here. We've been on here for 2.5 hours, and yeah, I will see you again maybe tomorrow. If I fix my equipment, as soon as I get my equipment fully fixed again, we'll be right back. We're gonna dive more into Nickelodeon. We're gonna dive. Someone just commented bottom. What a lovely way to end this stream. Anyways, I hope you're all having a great night, and I will see you very soon.